For those of you that have a certain phone that cannot be used for the goat case, or you want to get a goat case but you don't want to spend so much money on it, I have a way, or I found a way, to make your own. Now, this isn't the kind of tutorial that shows you chemistry and how to build the material that it uses, the micro suction tape or anything, but rather I just ordered micro suction tape from online. I'm gonna post a link in the description, alright, so feel free to check that out. And it's relatively cheap for a whole sheet of micro suction tape, which you can use for multiple cases. It's a really good deal. It's only $15 or so, around that price. I didn't exactly remember the exact number, sorry. It's by Sewell Direct. Weird thing to pronounce, but I'm going to show you how to make a goat case. I'm going to be putting it on this phone, the Moto Z Force, and the reason why is because, well, this is what I'm using to hold my phone up. So I will be, replacing that with some of this on the back of this, and then I'll be putting the monitor, and I'll explain. So yeah, I suppose it's about that time to get this started then. So now here we are with the official stuff. This is the backing to my Moto Z Force. It's something you can buy online. Apparently they cost $20. I didn't know that. I got mine for free with the phone. But it sticks to the back because if you don't know, they have this thing called Moto Mods, and it magnetically sticks. So that's why I thought it'd be a great idea to put it on here, since I could still switch it out with other things on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a border around, but I have to make sure, you have to be really careful with this process, that way you don't waste any or things like that. And just keep in mind that this is like really sticky. It uses a highly sticky adhesive to make sure it sticks to your phone. Let me adjust the focus, so that way it sticks to your phone. I know it's a little hard to see, but yeah, there's an extreme adhesive, and I want to make sure that you guys know that it will probably leave some sort of residue if you peel it off after a while. So that's why I recommend not using it on some kind of old nasty case that you don't use anymore. So let's go ahead and get this thing actually going. First recommend doing is getting all your materials ready. So of course you'll want to buy the tape, which I already told you where to get. Yeah, I already told you where to get it from. And then you want to have some pen or writing utensil so you can draw on this tape, and then some form of scissors or a knife, or maybe both. Yes, you want to use a knife. So now I got the knife right here, pretty good knife. And what we're gonna first have to do is you want to outline the case. I don't know if I already explained that this came with my phone. It attaches to the back. I recommend getting some sort of case that you might already have, so you can have a low price, unless you want to do some high-end case. And you can also have highly durable and rugged case, a highly and durable rugged case, and also have it be able to stick to surfaces. So yes, I'm just using this, and you go ahead and do whatever you want. And what you may want to do is, of course, be able to cut out your camera circle. That's what the knife is for, and that will help you lay out the guidelines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up on this corner so I can see where I'm about to cut. So you want to also set it up so that way the corners don't interfere with your edges, because then you'll have weird angles and it'll make the adhesive be able to fall off. You don't want that, because then eventually it will start peeling more off and it looks really disgusting. It's going to get messy. Yeah, it just goes downhill from there. So you want to align it something like that, near the edge but not on the edge, unless you have a really square phone. That way you don't have to worry about ruining the sides and having any curls, because they probably will come up, and that's the issue that happens with a lot of other sticky surfaces. So here's where I'm going to have mine. Okay, and to start off, I'm just going to go ahead and draw that circle. Try to keep it not moving at all, that way when you draw it you don't have to worry about redrawing it or having any failures within the drawing. And so here we got a circle. Now I know this is a really simple tutorial, but this is my first video, so I decided to keep it decently simple. And I'm going to go ahead and draw around the border. And this way, with drawing the border, you can see where you want to cut. And with the scissors, you're gonna have to also be concerned about cutting an entirely straight line. It does happen when it comes to that, because see, it's already, like I said, you want to hold it down pretty firm. That way you don't have to worry about fraying the sides. I'm really bad with my left hand, sorry. So yes, here we go. Now you can see roughly where the phone outline is, and then you can cut based off that. Let me make sure it doesn't look like it's fitting perfectly. Okay, so it sits there. I'm just going to rewrite that line real quick to be more accurate. Shoot. Alright, there. That's a better line. Looks like I dug into the material a little bit, but not too bad. So it should be fine. And with the, if you already have a corner that you're working with, this will show you the guideline of what you're working with. That way you can make sure you're cutting along the edges that you want. So I base it off of this edge, and this edge, and this edge. And then that way I only have to really worry about measuring one edge, which I can just fold in half to do that. So now you can begin the cutting process. Now if you're pretty rich, you can probably just buy more material, you know, in case you messed up. But I'm not rich, so I have to be extra careful for what I use. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here. Yet again, I'm not going entirely straight with this cut, so it's going to take some precaution. Alright. And it's totally okay, guys, to be precautious about when you make your cuts, because if you mess up, it's, you know, one-time deal kind of thing. Alright, and then let's go ahead and start cutting that way. And you'll probably see once I put it on, it's not, yeah, that's really not straight at all. If you want, you can go ahead and straighten that out. I'm going to do that real quick, just for, there, better looks. And even then it's still a little curvy, but I like it curvy. So now you can get rid of your tape now that you get your foundation. And you can still see the imprint of where the circle is. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Might be a little weird. But you still got that, so go ahead and you can take the knife. I might use this to help use as a guideline or stencil with the knife. Just go ahead and just start digging into that. And you want to apply some decent amount of pressure to make sure you get all the way through the surface. Because otherwise, and I recommend using this on a cutting board. Now, I don't care about my desk, so that's why I'm just going right here. And go ahead and just cut around. Okay, tore the rest of that off, and there we go. Now we're just going to stick this on. Then you're going to tear the plastic, or not tear, peel the plastic on both sides so you can stick it and then have it be able to stick to other things. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to first get the adhesive layer off. So it's going to be a little precarious. There we go. Let's go ahead and just, no. You want to be really careful with the alignment. Because yet again, it's kind of like a one-time deal. Alright. My alignment's pretty poop. It's not really the best kind. As you can see, it's still very off. With the to peel off the rest of the backing, and then go ahead and give it a go. Voila! Now your goat case is made. Feel free to subscribe and like the video. See you in the next one. Thank you.